Welcome to episode 6 in this series of How to Share Your Faith videos. In these videos, we try to give some practical tips that will help you be more effective at communicating the message of the gospel to people around you. I wonder, do you realize that you are actually multilingual? Did you realize you actually speak more than one language? Now, maybe you do speak more than one language and you're proficient in Spanish or Chinese or French or Indonesian or Arabic. But did you know you also speak a language called Christianese? Christianese is a technical language. It's the language that we use to speak about things inside of the church. It means that we can express ourselves on Christian topics without having to define everything and break it down every time we speak. The problem is that most people outside of the church have no idea about Christianese. They don't speak it. The longer you and I are in the church, the more we speak Christianese fluently, and sometimes we forget that the people around us don't understand us. Words like atonement, grace, sin, forgiveness, righteousness. There are so many words that we use that they simply don't understand, or they have an entirely different understanding about what that word means. If I was to walk up to you in church and say, "Brother, are you born again? Are you washed in the blood of the Lamb?" You probably have a fair idea of what I'm talking about. But have a think about how that sentence would sound to a complete non-Christian. Washed in the blood of the Lamb? You'll sound like an utter lunatic. We have to think carefully about our language choices and the way we speak. The words we speak might be theologically correct and accurate, but if they can't be understood by the person we're speaking to, it's not ultimately going to help them. What we need to do is translate our Christian message from technical language of Christianese back into regular old English so that the person can understand us. Let me give you an example. The word faith. We use that word all the time. When we use the word faith, we mean to believe God when He's promised things. We trust Him. We believe in the things He said. We believe the historical facts of what He's done. But is that what a person out there on the street or a neighbour or a colleague at work might think we mean by faith? It's been my experience that when we talk about having faith, they think we mean something like blind faith. That is, we've got no evidence at all, we've got no reason to believe it, but we just believe it anyway. If we just simply throw out the word faith and we don't explain what we mean, it's more than likely the person we talk to will ultimately be confused. We don't want to leave the person we're speaking to confused. We want them to understand the Christian message. So what that means is we need to explain what we mean. We need to translate our sentences from Christian jargon back into regular English so that the person can understand. Now that takes a bit of practice. It's counterintuitive to us the longer we're in the church, but we really need to work hard at doing that, because otherwise our evangelism is always going to be hindered because the person may not understand what we're saying. We need to think about the words we use and the way we explain things to make our message as understandable as possible. If this video has been helpful to you, please consider clicking that like button and maybe even subscribing to our channel. If you've got questions and topics you'd like us to discuss on these videos, please comment in the comments section below and we'll do our best to try and answer these when we get a chance. As always, please go and share your faith.